In the satirical world of The Boys, superheroes are not the noble saviors we see in traditional comic books. Instead, they are corporate products, deeply flawed individuals whose powers often fail to live up to their hype, and among them, the Deep stands out as the quintessential example of a useless Supe. His ability to communicate with aquatic life, while impressive in theory, is rendered almost entirely irrelevant in practice. Breaking down his character arc reveals why he embodies the futility of certain superpowers in a modern, land-based society. Limited scope of powers. The Deep's primary ability is telepathic communication with marine animals, and unlike other Supes who wield destructive force or invulnerability, his power is geographically restricted to oceans, lakes, and aquariums. In a world where most conflicts occur on land, this makes him ineffective in combat situations, and his attempts to use aquatic allies, such as the infamous dolphin rescue gone wrong, often end in disaster, highlighting the impracticality of his abilities outside water. Satirical parody of Aquaman. The Deep is a deliberate parody of DC's Aquaman, a hero long mocked for his ocean-centric powers. The Boys exaggerates this trope, turning the Deep into a punchline as his interactions with sea creatures are portrayed as awkward, even tragic, rather than heroic. For instance, his attempt to save a whale in Season 2 results in a grotesque failure, cementing his reputation as ineffective and even counterproductive, incompetence, and fragile ego. Beyond his powers, the Deep's personality compounds his uselessness because he is insecure, desperate for validation, and easily manipulated by others. His repeated attempts to rejoin the Seven are marked by humiliation and rejection. Unlike other Supes who, despite flaws, maintain a degree of menace or authority, the Deep is consistently undermined by his own incompetence, and his fragile ego makes him a liability rather than an asset to Vought International, symbol of corporate exploitation. The Deep's uselessness also serves a narrative function. He represents how corporations like Vought market superheroes, not for their effectiveness, but for their image. Despite his lack of utility, the Deep is kept in the spotlight because he looks good in promotional material and appeals to certain demographics. His presence underscores the hollowness of Vaught's branding strategy: style over substance, spectacle over genuine heroism, comic relief, and tragic undercurrent. Finally, the Deep's role as comic relief reinforces his uselessness because his failures are played for laughs, but they also carry a tragic undertone. He desperately wants to matter, yet every attempt ends in ridicule. This duality makes him one of the most pathetic figures in the series, a Supe whose powers, personality, and circumstances conspire to render him irrelevant. So, in conclusion, the Deep is the most useless Supe in The Boys because his powers are impractical, his personality is weak, and his role is primarily symbolic rather than functional. He is a parody of superhero tropes, a critique of corporate exploitation, and a tragicomic figure whose attempts at relevance only highlight his futility. In a universe where power is everything, the Deep reminds us that not all abilities translate into usefulness, and sometimes they only serve to expose the absurdity of the superhero myth itself.